not be attending.
Yep. Great. So let's begin the Board of Health meeting for Monday, August 10th at 5:03 p.m. Today we are missing both Kristen Kennedy and Lynn LeBlanc. First, I would like to go over the minutes for both June 8th, 2020 and July 13, 2020. Make a motion to approve the minutes for June 8th, 2020 and July 13th, 2020.
Second.
All those in favor? Zias, aye.
Mills, aye.
Great. So it looks like there is also a new variance request for 4 new Pond Variance to have less cover over the field.
Okay, this is the new Pond Variance that was on the last board meeting, and he hadn't got his abutters notification to us, and he still hasn't. He's having a little problem doing it. I actually had a phone conversation with him approximately 30 minutes ago, and tried to walk him through it, and I recommended that he have his engineer do it for him because they're more suited with abutter notifications when it comes to these things.
Mhm.
So he's give him a call, and I would recommend tabling it to the next month's meeting, keeping it on, but not acting on it today.
Make a motion to table that to next month's meeting.
Seconded. All those in favor?
Mills, aye.
Great. Moving into novel coronavirus update.
Okay, so far, to date, 296 Easton residents have tested positive, which is 3 new residents since August 1st. So the state overall is in a little bit of an uptake in terms of total number of positives. As far as what we're doing locally, we're working with the schools, Easton Public Schools, trying to get them up and running and listening to their plans, and also working with Stonehill College and what their plans are to move students back in on campus. So don't necessarily have any specifics about that. As you probably are aware, we're waiting for, at least from the state, to make final decisions on what Easton's plans are for the schools. And but even so, while that's going on, plans are being developed for the schools to set up proper social distancing, plexiglass, those type of things.
Jim, let me ask you this: Will we at any time be, and I don't know if this falls under what we do, be read in on what's going on with the schools? I get flooded with texts and emails asking, they assume it's a Board of Health thing or whatever, and I kind of feel like we're in the dark about what's going on with the schools. I hear people, Board of Health has been at the schools. Dr. Cabral refers to Board of Health quite a bit, and it just doesn't seem like I don't see anything coming across. I'm sort of this procedural. Don't get me wrong, but it will we be involved with that, or is that just something that's handled like at Kristen's level?
I'll take a stab at that. I think really what you're going to do is you're going to have it at Kristen's level for the most part, unless there's some sort of policy that needs to be approved by you as the town residents.
Okay.
So,
and also the schools are waiting to get information back from the state in terms of the plans that they propose to them. So,
all right. Hopefully everyone heard that, because it's like I said, I've been getting bombarded, and I feel bad when I say I don't know, but I can find out, and it's just not what we do.
If you have specific questions, send an email to our thing with the question, and if Kristen can't get to it, Tim and I will get to it. A lot of it is to do with the guidance that's out there on the state level that we can just, cut and paste and show you what the answer is. If there's specifics, if there is answers yet.
And unfortunately, the guidance comes, we don't get like an advanced version of it. Similar to what we get for the guidance from the health department, it comes like that day. So we don't get any advanced notices.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the COVID update, unless you had any other questions.
That's good. So the next item on our agenda is the Arbovirus, Tick-Borne, and Mosquito-Borne illness.
Okay, so as you may or may not have heard, they're going to do aerial spraying tonight. And if the 3 planes align properly, they'll actually get the entire spraying done this evening. Obviously, weather is a factor, but it is pretty warm out, so that'll work. They're doing a small portion of Easton, even though we're at low risk. They are getting trapped numbers of the Culex vipin, which is the mosquito that bites the human and carries the virus of triple E. They're catching like 2,000 of these mosquitoes in a trap a night. So the feeling is that once this goes positive, you're not going to have 1 positive pool, 2 positive pools. We might have several positive pools. So because the numbers are so vast with those particular mosquitoes, so they'll be doing a small portion of the Hockomock Swamp where no people live. There's no businesses or homes in that area where they're going to do. People will hear and see planes flying over, but that's just because they have to make a pass and then loop around and come back. They won't be actually putting any larvicide out when they're over people's homes, but they will fly over you. So that's the update on that with what's going on with people spraying.
Great. We've had 1 triple E case, correct?
Not in Easton.
No.
Not Easton. Okay, perfect.
Easton. No triple E positive pools yet.
Okay.
We have Canton down in Plymouth, Carver area. We've had some. I believe that's where the human case was, from down Plymouth.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good. All right, so moving right along, we have 3 separate betterment applications, the first being for 634 Foundry Street.
Yes, so this is a resident looking for $30,000. They currently have breakout on their lawn, and we have yet to do the perk test, but they have scheduled it, and just need the funds to move the process along. They are going to include engineering and with the cost of construction into the loan.
Excellent, nothing challenging or?
We don't know yet because
Okay.
we haven't done the perk test, so the septic design has not been put forward.
Okay.
So the resident is just asking for the loan of $30,000. If invoices come in less, then that's what the loan would be for.
Okay, great. I make a motion to approve the betterment application for 634 Foundry Street.
Second.
All those in favor? Zayas, yes.
Aye. Mills, aye.
Next betterment application is for 433 Center Street.
Yes, so similar to the previous 634 Foundry Street, it's an overflowing cesspool, breakout, and back up into the house. So they're looking for the same $30,000 to move this project along. Again, engineering has not been done yet, but the septic perk test will be scheduled, and so just going to roll in the engineering and the construction into it as well.
If the cesspool is backing up into the home, does the betterment application, can monies from that be used to fix the damage in the home, or is that just through insurance?
That I'm not certain. It might just be through insurance.
Okay.
The homeowner, it only happened once, and it wasn't a great large amount of volume, so it's more of breaking out on the grass.
I make a motion to approve the betterment application for 433 Center Street.
Second.
All those in favor? Zayas, yes.
Okay.
And then it looks like we have one more for 83 Short Street.
Yes. Similar to the other ones, it's going to be engineering and construction rolled in, looking for 30,000. The perk test is scheduled, I believe it's in 2 weeks. And then the engineering plans will come in and we will go from there. And hopefully that comes in less, but you never know.
Great. I make a motion to approve the betterment application for 83 Short Street.
Second,
All those in favor? Zayas, yes.
Mills, yes.
Great. And then increasing the septic betterment loan maximum from $30,000 to $45,000.
Yes. So as you've seen in previous Board of Health meetings, we've had some residents who've had to come back in front of you again and ask for additional funds because unfortunately the jobs are coming in greater than $30,000. So rather than have it be a multi-step process where they ask for 30 and then come back and ask for additional funds, I'd like to see if we can move the loan maximum from 30, bring it up to 45,000. Again, homeowners only are taking out the loan based upon submitted invoices. So kind of a place card holder. They take out the 45 or the hold for 45,000. If it comes in less, great. That's all they're taking out. But this would help alleviate having to come back in front of a future board meeting asking for additional funds.
Would that deplete the funds so quickly that fewer residents would be served through the application process?
No. So what we've done in the past is we go in front of town meeting, and in some cases it's been 1 million or even 2 million, and it's approved at the town meeting level. We don't actually receive the funds, or what's called a call down the funds from the state until a septic betterment and all the invoices are submitted. So it's almost like another place card holder with the state. We're held, 1 or 2 million is held aside for the town of Easton, but we only call it down as the betterments are done. We do have enough money in there, at least, for now. And then at the next town meeting, we would probably go ahead and seek an additional $1 million or $2 million to be put back into the fund.
Has it ever run out before?
We have not.
We have not. Oh, great. Wonderful.
We have not. I mean, we've done it in different rounds. We're in round 8. So we've done this like 8 times where we've asked for, in the beginning, it was $500,000. Then we moved it up to like $1 million. But each time we're ahead of it so that we don't run into a situation where we don't have the funds to offer and be able to give to people. I track those that have applied and haven't done the work yet. So I make sure that there's always enough money in there. So even if all the jobs are done all at the same time, we would have monies available to us.
All right. So you don't necessarily see negative impact from this increase?
No. And like I said, the next town meeting, we would probably go ahead and seek, for the next round of funds.
Okay. Great. Chris, do you have any questions?
No, I don't. I did, but I don't.
I mean, as Chris, I'm sure we've discussed before, some of these systems are up against wetlands. They, require mounted systems with pumps. There's conservation issues.
You know what?
So,
and I, as a general contractor, I get it to a certain extent. The engineering costs seem to go up and up and up. And then when someone decides to use an engineer from Middleborough or somewhere else, same type of system, pump system, variances, what it seems so less. And it's not a slight onto the engineers, but it just seems to be, and it's nothing that we can do as a board or the Board of Health can do, but it just, the engineering costs are ridiculous. I mean, everybody is entitled to make what they make, but I read thoroughly through these, and there's just no constant. And I understand every yard's different and everything like that. But the one thing, and some people actually have come up to me and said, "Why are they so much?" And it's like it's difficult to say. Some yards don't have monumentation, or it's just difficult. But it just seems to be that's going up and up and up, which is concerning.
Well, I mean, the engineer is a private contractor that the homeowner hires. So, so they can choose and they can shop around engineering. If it's up against wetlands and there's conservation issues, there's recordings that need to be done and recording fees at the registry. So that also adds to the cost. That, is outside of, the purview of the engineer. It just needs to be done that way. And again, ultimately, just like they hire the contractor, they can, I always suggest that people shop it around, get multiple quotes. Some engineers are more, understand Easton's rules and regulations.
Right.
Things more so than others, and some work faster than others. So.
And we're not known, well, I'll bite my lip. Disregard.
Okay.
Thanks.
Great, I make a motion to increase the septic betterment loan maximum from $30,000 to $45,000.
Second,
All those in favor? Size yes.
Mills, yes.
Great. And then lastly, is there any inspector or agent reports?
Tim, I'm gonna leave that to you, seeing I was on vacation last week.
We just, occasionally, one or two a day, some complaints regarding COVID, perhaps, people not following the guidance or people who didn't understand the guidance. So we check in with the various businesses, making sure that they follow the proper guidance as it's been issued by the state. And that's pretty much it. No other, it's just general, regular business as usual.
Sounds good, great. All right, so our next scheduled meeting will be September 14th. And if nothing else, let's adjourn today's meeting of the Board of Health on Monday, August 10th at 5:20 p.m.
Second,
All those in favor? Zeiss, yes.
Mills, yes.
Guys, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.